Hi, this is Dr. Alan Widener from MassageChairRelief.com, and today we are going to show you how to assemble the Osaki 7000 massage chair. It's a new model from Osaki. We just received it, and we have our delivery guys doing the assembly today for your benefit so that you can take a look at the video when you get your Osaki 7000 and know exactly how to assemble it. So enjoy, and we'll see you during the assembly. Okay, so here we are with the box of the Osaki 7000. And Brock and Jordan are just going to unpack it, cutting the straps and removing the tape. It's a big box. The Osaki 6000 and the 4000, 3000 come in two boxes. This one comes in one box. It's a big one. It's a little tough to move. I noticed that when I was moving it, pulling on the straps, it tore some of the cardboard on the sides and made it a little difficult to move it. But make sure you've got two people helping you to move around on it.
What's that?
Just grab this outer box. It just slides off.
Just slide the top off. Yeah, the top will slide off. And there's your chair. And you can bring it over here, Brock, and lay it down over here so we can put all the garbage inside that. And that's what we usually do on a new chair. We put the take all the packing out and throw it into the top of the chair. Yep. And you can see how much packing material there comes with this chair. I mean, it is a tremendous amount of plastic and styrofoam and cardboard and wrapper. It's quite a bit. And you'll see here we've got some protective plastics on the side. You can see the chair looks like it's coming reclined from what I can tell without it being uncovered. So this is a little different than the Osaki 6000, the Osaki 4000, which come with two different boxes, and the 6000 and the 4000 come with a chair back that's separate from the chair body. And it looks like Jordan there is picking up, that's probably the ottoman there, and that's probably an armrest. And but they've put everything into one box here. And it does make for a little bit more of an awkward handling. And there's the chair bottom.
That's the back. So we're probably going to have to grab it from the side and then just move it out.
Okay, so we have to, what you'll probably want to do then is have, if the two of you fellas want to lift up the chair, I can pull the chair bottom out from underneath. So go ahead and lift. Use your legs, not your back. Just check and see if you can lift from the back. Maybe there's some handles underneath the seat on the back. And then you could grab from the front from where the ottoman goes.
Lift by
Lift just front and back.
Is that possible? Lift up. Okay, we pull this out. And there we go. All right, so we took the chair bottom out from underneath the chair. That was probably the hardest thing you'll have to do with the whole assembly. And we lifted it from the back of the chair and from the front of the chair, as opposed to side, because the box is so wide that if you lean over to lift from the sides, it'll be much more of a strain on your back. Okay, this is the black color. Some more packing strips. They always, on almost every part of it, you'll see little pieces of plastic or little pieces of cardboard protecting various and sundry smaller parts of the chair. Here you can see the chair roller that goes up and down. This is the cloth here that separates the roller from the back pad. And on a lot of chairs, and I assume it'll be the same with this Osaki 7000, you can lift the chair pads up and over the back, so you can unattach it once it's been attached to the Velcro, and you can lift the chair back up and over the chair pad back, so you could, if you want an extremely vigorous massage, you can lay up against this this cloth, this linen cloth, and boy, that will be an intense massage from those rollers. Probably too much for some people, but just right for others that really need a very, very deep and intense massage. Okay, so unpacking, we've got Jordan unpacking the ottoman, and then we've got Brock over here unpacking one of the armrests, one of the sides. And there's the ottoman. Very nice. It's a foot and calf massager. And then over here we've got one of the armrests. And of course there'll be two of those on either side. And Brock, is that the chair pad right over there? That's the back. I believe so. The back pad.
I think that might be the seat.
And that's the chair seat right there. Wonderful. And here's another one of the sides. Now, if you remember from the picture of the Osaki 7000, it has this side component here, and then it has another side component here, and then it has another component down here by the seat. So I assume that Jordan is unwrapping another one of the side pieces. So you'll have 4 side sections that need to be attached. And there it is. And that one is the one that has the actual arm airbag massage in it. So that would be the one on the side. The one that they opened previous to that would be the one for the bottom. So Brock unpacked the same thing here. This is the one for the armrest, which has airbags. And this is probably going to be the one near the bottom of the chair, by the seat of the chair. Now Jordan's unpacking or unwrapping this little sack, and I believe that this is the head airbag massage attachment. When we've never seen that in a massage chair before, so it's kind of a new thing unpacking this chair and seeing this feature. We've never seen that before, and yeah, it looks like that's the head airbag massage. And this thing will go around the circumference of the head and have compression massage from airbags inside of it. And let's have a look at that, Jordan, just kind of show that up close. Okay, interesting. And of course, once we get the assembly instructions out, we'll figure out when that has to be put in there and how long it'll take for that to be attached, or how much work it'll be to attach that. And then what have you got in there? You've got the instruction manual in this little packet, the operator's manual, and the attaching hardware the attached hardware that you're going to need to assemble.
Was this with it?
A couple of black pads, and I'm not sure what those are for, but I assume they'll be either for the feet or for the shoulder massage. And then of course you have some additional little aesthetic pieces of plastic for the outside of the chair, and then we have our owner's manual, and we will use that to figure out how to assemble it from here. All the assembly parts are laid out. So there's one of the sides of the chair that'll go at the base of the chair, and here's the other one with the shot from the inside of it. And then we've got the ottoman there. We've got the back pads there. We've got the 2 armrest or the arm airbag massage components, one side and then the other. We have the seat here. And then these are the things that came in the package with the owner's manual. We already showed you those, the little packages of plastic aesthetic pieces. And I assume these 2 little pieces here will go here on the outside of the armrest. And then we've got all the little hardware here that we talked about earlier, all the little pieces that you're going to need for the assembly. So that's it. So Brock's taking a look at the owner's manual. We will get back to you once we start the actual assembly. Okay, so it looks like the first thing you boys are going to do is put the ottoman on.
Yeah.
And so that'll require some of the hardware that was in that little plastic envelope. Is that correct, Brock?
Yep.
And we can take a look at all the hardware there out of the bag. And that's what we need to put the ottoman on. Okay, go for it. Let's see how it looks. So you've got a bracket underneath the chair, the body of the chair. And you hook that on with a pin.
Take one of those.
Take one of those little pins. What are those called?
Cotter pin.
Cotter pin. Little cotter pin, bend the sides out.
Yep.
And you've attached it to that bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's next?
Connecting the tubes.
Connecting the tubes over here. Jordan will come around over here and have a look.
And then you just connect them, you just match up the letters.
There's tubes coming from the ottoman and from the chair, and you just match up the letters, and you've got air to supply the air into the ottoman, foot and calf ottoman. So Brock, you're working on half of them, and Jordan, you're working on the other half. Are they pretty easy to attach?
Yeah.
They slip on pretty easily?
Just push right on.
Good. So you don't need to worry about using pliers or tweezers or anything like that to try to pull the thing on. It goes on pretty simple. Okay. There we go. Jordan, that one looked easy. Brock, you're doing one there. That one looked easy. Very nice. So how many are there in all? How many hoses in all? 8?
7.
7 hoses in all. And then you've got is that the electrical component that allows for the heating and probably the recline or the up and down movement of the ottoman. And Jordan's working on the last air hose. Okay. And is there also an electrical component on that side? So you've got 2 electrical plugs, one for the left and one for the right, and there it is. Good. Wonderful. Okay, so what do you do with all those hoses? Do you pack them in anywhere or hide them, or do they?
Yeah, they can all kind of tuck up, back up into this hole, and we can push those up more when we can.
When you bring the ottoman closer. Okay, so let's go and let's now attach the ottoman.
Take this rubber thing off. There's
okay.
one on both sides.
Okay. So the rubber protective pieces over top of each of those metal components. So now we lift it. Jordan will lift that, and Brock will insert a pin. And you take the washer and another cotter pin, and got enough room to work with there. There we go. And you can pull that all the way back. Good. And on the other side as well. And that's one side of the ottoman attachment. And we'll take the pins and do the same thing on the other side.
Raise it up just a little bit.
More?
Yeah.
More?
There we go.
There it goes. Put the washer on and put on another pin. Wonderful. You're making it look so easy, Brock. Of course, with Jordan holding the ottoman up, it makes it a little easier for you. Okay. Okay, so that pin is on. So now the ottoman is actually completely on. Very good. And it's got a little overlapping flap there. Does that Velcro onto the seat?
Yep.
Okay, so now the ottoman's on. Here's a shot of the ottoman from the front, and you can see nothing else has been attached, but the ottoman is now ready. One thing that's kind of interesting about this ottoman, I noticed this at first glance, is that the calf mechanism is quite short, and the foot mechanism is a little bigger than you would see on another type of massage chair. For example, here's the Inada Doctor's Choice chair, and you can see here how the calf is quite a bit bigger, longer, and the foot's a little smaller. Like it looks like the foot is only containing the heel, as high as the heel. And the same thing if you look over here at the Panasonic 30007, you'll see it's got a small foot and a longer calf mechanism. But if you look at this one, it looks like the height of the ottoman is evenly distributed and almost cut in half, with more of the bottom half of the calf being massaged by the foot component. And that's kind of interesting. Okay, so we've got the armrests, the bottom armrests, set up next to the chair base. And we hooked up these 2 wires, there and there. And there is another attached bolt onto the chair rail, or onto the armrest, or chair side, that goes inside this slot here. And then you reach inside on this side with one of those bolts. Oh, that goes on the inside? Mm-hmm. So that goes on the inside with a 5-star nut. And you have to do it on that side and on this side. Now, on the right hand side, it looks like it goes on pretty easily, according to Brock. On the left side, it doesn't. It looks like the electrical panel, electrical tubing is in the way. So we are going to unscrew this screw on the seat, on the base of the chair. We're going to take that out so that we can see if we can reach in with the hand easier to put that 5-star nut in on the left hand side. We take that off. Okay, now will that make it easier to get into? Yeah. Okay, now they can access that. Will that work?
Yep.
Okay, so you may have to unscrew that one screw that is at the front of the seat, or the base of the seat, and lift off that cover, and then you can get inside and attach those washers and the 5-star nut. So go ahead, Brock, and why don't you do your side, and then we'll go over and see how it works on Jordan's side.
These two,
yeah,
and the 2 holes that are right here.
Just show me those. Okay, there's 2 little bolts in there, and they go inside 2 holes there and there. Okay. And so you have to also attach those on. Do you also use 5-star nuts for that?
Yes.
Okay, and washers?
Take this one first.
Okay.
Then you take this one second.
Okay.
And then you take this and just screw it on.
Great.
Same order for the second one.
Okay, so those are attached, and then you have to go underneath on the side to attach that one larger bolt, right? Mm-hmm. Inside. So let's see you do that.
And it's the same order. This little one and then the big one.
Okay, and then the 5-star nut. Did it say anywhere in the owner's manual that you can lift off that seat cover?
It didn't.
It didn't. So that's something we kind of had to figure out on our own. And let me know when you've reached inside there and you can reach that bolt. Of course, I can't get in there with the camera. And it's a little greasy. Some of the attachments are greasy for lubricating. Oh, you can see the bolt through there. See the washer, and maybe we can even see Brock's hand go in there with the 5-star nut. There we go. And we can actually see that on the side of the chair. So we're good?
Yep.
All right, so that side is attached. And then we got to do the same over here for Jordan. He's attached the wires. Now he's going to attach those 3, or insert those 3 bolts, the one on the bottom, the big one, and the 2 on the side at the top. There we go. And so you will have the same washers and the same nut to attach there, so that both sides are on. Okay, so now both sides have been attached. Now we can put the seat cover back on to cover up the motors and the air compressors. And that's a Phillips screwdriver. Okay.
Super easy.
Okay, next thing we're going to do now is the side arm airbags. And the first thing we have to do is take out a screw that comes out from that appendage from the chair body. It looks like there's a washer on that as well. We take that out on both sides. We lift the armrest component, hook up tubes for air. There's a little different. Is this the same setup as in the Ottoman, or are these little different attachments?
These are a little bit different.
Little different?
About the same though.
Okay. And they you're matching letter to letter?
Yep.
Right? So H and H. Okay, got it. Looks like these hoses might be a little tougher to slide on. Okay.
Let's see how yours look.
It's the ending's a little bit bigger than those last ones.
In the ottoman, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and this of course provides air from the compressor into the armrest. And then we've got them both attached. One more over here. This one is done.
That's good, Jordan.
Okay, so now you've got the tubes, the hoses attached on both sides, and we lift up the armrest and we insert that, what I called an appendage earlier, that little shaft of metal. You slide that onto the armrest, and then from this side we can see where that comes through. Very good. And then we put that screw back on that we took off before. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And there is quite a bit of grease on a lot of these components, so if you're going to be assembling this in your living room or family room or a place with nice flooring like a carpet, use paper, newspaper, or something else to keep underneath to protect the carpet.
That one just goes, just put it on straight like that so the
Straight.
silver side's out. That black side stays up against there.
Okay. Can you move your left hand there, Jordan, just so I can get a little clearer? Great, thanks. Awesome. So then that attaches, and then you can take this, one of the plastic covers, goes over top of that. Does that flush? Does it go pretty flush?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you've got 3 little tiny screws that came with that. And those screws go inside each of those 3 little holes. Oops, sorry, I'm not focused on that very good. Each of those 3 holes, then you just screw them on. And that is to cover up that washer and that appendage or shaft. Good. And we have that on both sides. And that kind of matches the round circular chrome looking plastic piece on the front. Okay, now we're ready to put the seat on, and we're just going to clear out the remaining hoses and electrical cords and pull out the hoses from the seat. And then how does the seat attach to the base there? Is that through Velcro?
It looks like it just sits there.
Okay, so once again we have hoses to attach and electrical cords to attach. You don't realize how much air plays a part in these new massage chairs. Air bags and air bladders are so prevalent on these new chairs, and that's why we have so many hoses and so many attachments when we attach any component of the chair, like the seat, the ottoman, the armrests. Okay, we have that attached, so we put the seat down on top of the base. Oh yeah, and there's the flap from the ottoman. Seat goes down, and we're good to go. Very nice. You can tuck the wires away, so then the hoses away, so they're not sticking out. And that is the seat. You'll notice here that each side of the seat has these flaps, so I can be assured that that's going to be airbag filled with air. Airbags that will be filled with air when we turn on the seat airbag mechanism. Now we're ready to attach the padding. You'll see here Jordan is holding a little is that a what do you call that, a 3.5 millimeter?
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5 millimeter jack, and that will attach into this cable that is found on the bottom of the pillow or the back pad. So we'll put that in, flip it over, go ahead and plug it in.
Plug it in.
Okay, flip the pad over, there we go. Oh, came undone. I believe that's for the music system. And then we can pull that pad down and we will zip it at the head. Oh yeah, we've got a, there's a zipper at the bottom and Brock's got that attached. Then we situate the pad, we attach the Velcro on the left and the right. Velcro padding at the bottom and at the top here. Velcro there. And then we can get that pad laid out. And of course, yeah, make sure that everything is laid out flat so that the chair does not, the material doesn't buckle or bunch up too much. Is that attached on there? Can you tuck that pillow in at all, Jordan? Or yeah, tuck that thing all the way under. That's it. There we go. And then tuck that down on top. And it looks like that 3.5 millimeter jack came undone. I'm looking at you with my eyes and I'm letting the camera wander a bit, so I hope it can still be seen pretty clearly what we're doing. Okay, very good. And so now we have this thing laid out. And the chair, the flap at the very bottom of the thing, of the back pad. Then we bring the seat back that covers over top of that. I had mentioned earlier that you can, on many chairs, and I assumed, including this one, that you could lift the back pad up and over so that you could just have that piece of linen material between you and the rollers. Well, on this one, if you're going to do that, remember, I mean, you can detach the Velcro, but you still have this cable. Oh, and you know, that thing does not hold on very tight. But this cable, I'm going to try to get that on there. Okay, that cable, if you're going to take that chair back, the chair pad, and flip it over, make sure you undo that cable and plug it back in when you bring the pad back up again. So that looks like the padding of the chair is now set up. Now, to cover this linen cloth portion here, there's another pad for the neck and head. And we will attach that by Velcro as well. Go ahead, Brock, and attach that.
There's actually two of them.
Two pads? Ah, I see. Okay, so you can...
extra cushion. You can hook that one on there.
Or less cushion.
Or less cushion.
Yeah.
And then it hooks onto the Velcro that's just right back here.
Okay. And we're good to go there. So now the back padding is complete. And we have the hose coming for the head airbags. And that will... When you have the chair upright, that'll just kind of lay up on top of that. And we will be plugging this chair in a moment to bring the chair upright. And then we will take a final look at it. Okay, so now we're going to plug the electrical cord in and bring the chair upright. The remote control is quite different from all the other Osaki chairs we've seen. It seems like a very simple one, but very different. But one thing we have learned as we've assembled the chair, there is not a music system on here, even though this was something that we were told originally. There's no MP3 music system, and of course that's, as far as any therapeutic value, it's very marginal, but it's kind of a cool feature. But this chair does not have it. The Osaki 6000 has that feature. Now we've plugged in the cord, and it plugs in the bottom of the chair down there, and we got to make sure that power switch is on too. It's on, and the chair now is going upright. We're going to have a look at this thing all the way up. And the remote's kind of nifty also in that it goes into the armrest, and you can lift it up on the armrest pedestal, but it can stay down flush with the armrest, which is kind of a slick way of hiding the massage chair remote control. So that is the chair. I don't believe is the chair upright all the way. Can you use the upright button? And now another thing that's kind of interesting, we'll talk about this in greater detail later, are these shoulder bags, or shoulder airbags that come down and inflate into the front of the shoulders. And I suspect this is similar to what the Inada Doctor's Choice chair has, which compresses the shoulders back when the rollers come up to work on posture. But this can be adjusted up and down Likewise on this side, up and down.
And that's completely up.
Now this is completely upright, and that's how the chair looks. It's a handsome looking chair. I really like the look of it. It's a big chair. Leaves a big footprint, so to speak. Oh, it looks like you got a little chromotherapy there on the side. On the little, those aesthetic plates on the side. They change color from blue to green and pink. And this is the chair in full recline. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so that was the assembly of the Osaki 7000 massage chair. Hopefully it's not too complicated. Hopefully our amateur recording didn't make it look even more difficult than it might have needed to look. But everything is assembled pretty easily. The chair is a very handsome looking chair and it's ready to be used. So we will be doing a series of videos discussing the various aspects of the chair once we get accustomed to it ourselves. But thanks very much for watching. This is Dr. Alan Widener from MassageChairRelief.com. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.